Oh gosh, I haven't even looked in here. Oh, that seems fine. Alright, so I started playing with the color palette because I was unhappy with how the rooms have been working out. And that cascaded into multiple accidents, changing up the colors and sometimes the textures in other places that I did not intend to happen. So I had to go back through the entire ship and look, there's artifacts left over. I had to go back through the entire ship and re-theme everything. So that green is a little bit different. Gosh. Okay, so apparently the mirror effect is not completely reliable when doing texture changes, because this is definitely more correct on the other side. But anyways, all of this has been retextured. Oh, look at that. When everything is done, I will make one final pass through the whole ship and make some tweaks. But yeah. Okay, so those things were taken out for the sake of taking a time-lapse capture. That's not a big deal. Shoot, I don't know if I have looked at the texture for the... Yeah, there's more teal going on now on the ship. It's still in the empty space, still dark outside, but whatever. So, yeah, the palette changed as soon as I'm going to proceed in this direction because I kind of have to. Okay, and same thing on this side. I'm not too happy with that particular blue up there. Teal's a bit funny on the equipment, but, you know, it looks... Something about this just makes me think Fallout. Fallout 4 or 3, or I can't remember. This thing got muted in certain ways. It was a riot of color when I first changed things over. It was really hard to come in here and look at anything. It was all like bright greens and crazy crap. But mostly I tackled the palette because some of the bunk room colors were absolutely obscene. I couldn't handle it. So I made these more muted, pastel, sort of light, off, not very bright, otherwise you'd go blind. But all of these changes all the way down, and you can see, oh, that's a texture problem. Some of the colors are still fairly difficult, so I'm probably going to go to these pain points later and readjust the slider for that. Oh man, what the heck, for that one color. What? I remember fixing this room. I fixed that. What the heck? How did it unfix it? See, that one's correct. Anyways, you can see the colors are not... It's not like hot pink and stuff like that. But here we have a new room. This is the forward. It's not all the way to the front, but it's the forward office, the bath. So you got, you know, you got your... Of course that happened. Clicking on doors again is hard. The bathrooms, well, toilets anyways. Showers on the other side. Makes sense. This space here needs filling. This gave me a hell of a hard time. I kept redesigning this room over and over and over again because of this stupid thing. And that is the armored door I just proceeded through. Like, if I were to find my way up here. Fly. Let me go back through here. We're talking about this thing. It was just in the wrong place, and it made texturing and sizing that room really difficult. This room hasn't changed a whole lot, I don't think, but once you exit, you have access to the front of the ship, and I have left... By the way, I'm doing a lot of this like hollow double armor business to it reduces the hit points slightly, but it also reduces the weight. And I want this ship to, you know, it's already going to be wicked heavy, but if it could be slightly less wicked heavy, that would be awesome. Another thing I don't like, actually another two things I don't like, these things space themselves out so far I can't do anything good with them. I mean, these are actual legitimate functional seats. And I wish the whole thing was on a 1 meter by 1 meter cube or voxel instead of this 2 by 2 meter, because that's there's so much less I can do. I think I remember having the same complaint about Minecraft, but Minecraft is actually a 1 by 1, and this is even worse. There's the planet coming up. So to be more thematically correct with the ship, I needed that sort of U-shaped front window that's on the top. It's on the lip, but you know, if you're looking straight down from, you know, isomorphic? That's not right. Anyways, orthographic view, you would see the window, which means it's not one level down directly along the contour. It's up above. So I did this. It's okay. I have this incredible amount of space. I just don't know how I'm going to fill. But I've got the beginnings of where it goes from here. So you head on down, and you head on down again. And here's the lower version of the same thing. And this could be a lounge, or it could even be maybe the captain's quarters, though that's a bit big. But it has a window, and if anybody's going to have a window in their own quarters, it should probably be the captain. But I don't know what to do with this space. Yeah, this is a waste of space. And if I just fill it in with floor, that's like incredibly wasteful, and it makes me sad. Also, space over here. You can see the beginnings of what are the sort of side engine rooms. I put this in to remind me, hey, do something later. But, let's see here. Corridor. I like the look of this corridor. The only problem is this ceiling is half unit too high. I can't put lights on it. Which means putting them on the floor again, which is also not good. I don't like doing that. And then right here in the middle, you got just sort of a small engineering room, just mostly for the gravity and this, you know, visual embellishment of it doesn't actually do anything. So as you can see, I've done a lot, and yet there is so much more to do. So I mean, look at this, the complicated nature of going up and down stairs, but the stairs come out on this side. I'm thinking this will be a corridor that heads down, or actually no, it shouldn't be a corridor. That's the problem. I've got 3 decks worth of stuff here, and I can't even get 2, like the only way I can get 2 decks reliably out of this is if each one of these, you know, if it's an upper and lower deck separated by this, and I suppose I can give each floor a little bit more, you know, that half ceiling to give them a little bit more headroom. If I do that though, whoops. No. Nope. Okay, that still works. Whoops. Oh, why? Hold on. The shield just randomly comes on sometimes, and I don't know why. If I do that, I can carve these spaces out, and I kind of have access to window. Like, this could be quarters, and they have a triangular window looking out. However, windows were not really part of the image that I can remember. And trying to put a floor on this is not easy. Which reminds me, in order to accomplish all this, the overall contours of the outside are now fairly different than the Wanderer on which this is based. But it's still the right shape, and it is good. Notice I have the green and the red instead of pulsing lights. I have that. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. You can just see the lip of the giant F-class star. Maybe it was an A-class star, which is not quite blue, but heading in that direction. That, another thing that I want to complain about. Actually, I never said the second thing I wanted to complain about before. These stupid windows. I have not found a way to turn them upside down and keep them flush and with the correct side facing out, because as you can see, one side is darker than the other. And I'd like to have the light side facing outward and the dark side facing inward. But I flipped them around like 10 dozen times, and I haven't succeeded in trying to get it correct. And it's making me sad. It's making me sad. You got that weird pattern in the window and whatever. Whew, good morning. Okay, so the palette. Let's see here. I need this tool. Okay. So what I essentially did was, and I excluded the purples and pinks because I didn't want to have, I kind of get a pink out of this anyways. But, you know, grayscale, yellow, maybe it's just the eye is really good at discerning the warm end of the spectrum, because it is so much easier to tell the difference between the various golds and the various blues. or whatever. So I did this lineup, and I copied. I found out you can just copy the whole thing. Let me do it now. You can just take this whole branch here. Is that the same spectrum? What the? That's the preset. Cancel. Am I not close enough? Configure. There we go. That was weird. Okay, so you can actually select them all, copy, and just go down here, select the one, and it will base it from the same first position. I was pointing at the screen like you could see that, and just then start fiddling with it and whatever. And so I'll come back and I'll do this business later. But you can do that the whole thing, like. Well, I don't know why it goes red. That's weird. Why does it go red? But you can do an H, change the hues, and take it dark and whatnot. We will undo all that. Cancel. There's your update. Odds are pretty low. I'm taking a final immediately after finishing this clip. Final course for my data science and data modeling and predictive modeling and scientific modeling, whatever. Doing that, coming right up, I think I'll do just fine. I got to do a bunch of calls today, and then tomorrow we got to clean house, and then the day after we're going to spend like 15 hours in the car with a very unhappy cat, heading up to New England, where we'll then crash for like, hide in the closet for a week, quarantining for a month-long Christmas, because if you can't go anywhere, or if you can't see these people for the duration, as long as you take the safe steps, making sure you get tested and you're negative and you don't have, and you do quarantining anyway and stuff like that. Wear all the appropriate masks. I have an electric car. We get electric car charging stations are usually afterthoughts still as part of our infrastructure, and so they're like way the heck out at the edge of parking lots and stuff like that. So like we don't, as long as I bring lunch supplies or something, we don't have to encounter a single human being along the way if we don't want to. So yeah, lots to do. What I'm getting at is it's unlikely I'll be able to record another. However, this should be coming out in early January, so I might be coming back shortly after this comes out, and you might only miss like 1 week or something. We'll find out. It doesn't matter. But I'm getting so close, man. I was kind of hoping I could finish before then, but I'm starting to like it, though. After all the frustration, get close, man.